It's your boy Jaystar back again with another video. Had to do the Sunday night showdown video for y'all. I do want to quickly go over though real quick what happened on the Thursday night showdown for your boy. Man, I came so close to winning it all. It's about 4 minutes left in that game, and I was 5 points from just beating out the top person, man. And at the end, that interception really killed me by Stafford on that drive. I was hoping he would have thrown one target at least to the touchdown, to my one person I had in my lineup that had a 0. But it did not happen. He threw the interception, like I said. I ended up losing by 9 points at the end of the game, but only had one other person tied with me, so I literally could have had won about 550K of that $1 million on Thursday night. But we go again. You already know. So let's get into it right here with the new showdown for Sunday night. Expecting to really win this one, man, for real. Feeling really good about this. I mean, because after how close I was in that last one, man, I had every touchdown person on point, man. So like I said, these, you know how I go through the defenses. It's the same two defenses being run again, but I feel like better offensive teams. I know the Rams are good, and I know, the Rams are kind of, not as good. I feel like they needed Odell, or they needed like a Woods on their team. Allen Robinson didn't do enough. And I kind of knew he wasn't going to do enough just because he's not an amazing route runner. He's more of a contested catch. You got to get to the red zone more for him to benefit. But in this game, we have a few more weapons in this game, I would say, for both sides. And like I said, the Bucs though run the 3-4 defense. The Cowboys run the 4-3 defense in here. So from the Bucs side of things, you're going to have to attack the one-on-one situations. Like I said in the last video, on the 3-4 defense, you got to attack real fast too. So you're going to need to attack the one-on-one situation because the receivers out wide will be double covered for both sides. I do feel like they probably will be some one-on-one receivers out wide just because the weapons on the Cowboys out wide aren't as good. Because there's no Michael Gallup in this game, and they're going to play against a rookie receiver in Justin Tolbert, and also we got Jalen Tolbert, my bad, Jalen Tolbert, and then also we have Noah Brown. So pretty big receivers though, but they're just not, they haven't showed us enough yet. I mean, you got a rookie, like I said, and then you got a receiver that he's decent, but route running and all that type of things like that, that's what requires usually, you to be double covered or very fast players. So they both got something to prove in this game. I believe Jalen Tolbert will probably have the one-on-one situation first. They might double Noah Brown, but Tolbert will probably have the, when it comes to a wideout. But throughout the whole game, it's got to be CeeDee Lamb. It's got to be CeeDee Lamb. He's going to have more one-on-one situations in this game because he's going against a 3-4 defense, and you got to get the ball out real quick, and he's a route runner. So I know he can definitely beat his man fast. Plus, also, the Bucs defense is actually not as good in the slot. So that's probably their worst out of the three cornerbacks, I would say, in this game. So I definitely feel that you got to go attack the slot anyways just because of that. So it's perfectly set up for CeeDee Lamb to have a great day. Like, really, a great game. So definitely, on this side, I would have to say he's definitely one of the people that I would say you want to plug in at captain, go ahead, Also, Dak Prescott, I feel like he might have to run out the pocket a little bit in this game just because, like I said, CeeDee Lamb, he has CeeDee Lamb, but also his other weapon he should be able to go to is Dalton Schultz. He should have one-on-one situations. Dalton Schultz might have about 8 to 10 targets in this game just because the other receiving weapons aren't really good. So I would kind of have to say, yeah, in a way, like, he is possible a captain play. Like, for real, he is possible a captain play just because, like I said, the way you attack the 3-4 defense, you're probably going to have to go to the slot, which, we already know CeeDee Lamb is a great slot receiver, so perfect for captain. I would say running out the pocket, if you can, as you saw Josh Allen do a few times in that game going against that 3-4 defense. So, yeah, Dak will have to probably do the same thing. He could get a scoring touchdown like Josh Allen did. So that's why I would say he definitely could be a captain in his side. And then not Zeke. I don't think it's going to be Zeke, guys, because the 3-4 defense is really, it's really good at stopping the run, man. You got to pop out the backfield and catch short yards plays and, make the most out of that. And I feel like that's Pollard. I don't know if I would put Pollard at captain, but I do like him still though for this game because I know you can go, you got to go to those backfield. But also I did hear too, I did hear this, that Pollard might be lining up in the slot too. So if he does line up in the slot, then he's definitely capable of being probably a captain. But definitely I would want him over Ezekiel Elliott in this matchup. And like I told you, Dalton Schultz, if he can get 10 targets, he can definitely be viable at captain for this game. I don't know about like I said, the two receiver threats outside. I don't really think I really want to play them too many times, just because, like I said, if they are double covered the whole game, it probably won't be a good game for them. So other than that, from the other side of the field, we're going to go on to Brady, and he is going against a 4-3 defense in the Cowboys. So just like the last game, I told you, the 4-3 defense, you need time in the pocket. That was what Stafford was going through the whole game. He could never get time in the pocket. And as you saw, there wasn't a lot of big plays to be made in that game. He only scored, one time? Touchdown one time, because if you don't get time in the pocket on the 4-3 defense, you will not probably get down the field on them. If you get time in the pocket, there's big plays to be made against a 4-3 defense. So I know a lot of people talk a lot of mess about the Cowboys this season, and I'm not a big Cowboy fan at all, but I will give them respect where it's due, and their defense is actually a lot better than what it was, ever, to me, like I've ever seen it be. Their 2 out wide cornerbacks are actually pretty good. Their slot cornerback is not good, though. So I would have to say, if somehow Godwin does play, he will be a great pick at captain for sure. And if somehow also Brady is able to get any time in the pocket, he could be a great play. And then Mike Evans will be a great play, just because the deep threat, ability to get down the field. I still like, because Trayvon Diggs is one of them cornerbacks just like Jalen Ramsey. They press corners, they can press all up on you. They get interceptions at short yardage most of the time and things like that. But if you go deep on them, like they get beat deep, man. They really do get beat deep. Because Trayvon Diggs is he's a cornerback that likes to keep his eyes on the quarterback and watch his eyes. And when he can't watch his eyes, he gets beat. So if somehow Mike Evans can get behind him, if somehow Russell Gage ends up playing, he gets behind him. If somehow Julio Jones can get behind him, or even the other side cornerback on the other side is Anthony Brown. If they can get behind one of them and Brady gets the time, it's going to be a big play, man. It's definitely going to be a big play. So Brady already led the league last year and would tie the league at least at first place with the most 300+ yard games at 9 with Herbert. So you already know what he can do. And having those type of weapons, like I said, if the only thing is Brady's line is banged up, a lot of the starting linemen are gone for the season, I think, or at least going to be out for a long time. And that's about at least 3 of them. So, and like I said, Cowboys defense did improve. They added Anthony Barr to their linebackers. If somehow Lawrence gets in there, or Van Der Esch or Micah Parsons could get in there, they could actually be a good defense to actually pick in this game. Real talk, so. I'll be keeping my eye on that to see how much, how good they look against this line that Brady has, because he has a banged up line. It's not going to be his usual starters. If it was his usual starters, I would think he would kill the Cowboys in this game. But I do feel like he might have a little bit of a tough time, even though we know Brady is quick to get the ball out, very, very fast to get the ball out. So if he is getting pressure like that, I don't see him allowing himself to just keep getting tackled. He'll eventually just start dumping it off to Fournette, or dumping it real quick to Godwin, or also use his tight ends as well. But like I said, when you play the 4-3 defense, you're trying to get time in the pocket, or if not, he's going to be dumping it off to the last man out the backfield, which, as you saw, Stafford did the same thing for Henderson. So I could see Fournette being viable in this game, but for actual captain ability, I definitely see Mike Evans catching a deep touchdown. When the opportunity comes and Brady does get some time in the pocket, I can see that happening. Also, like I said, Godwin, it sounds like a great play. I don't know if I would say Brady just because he doesn't rush, but he does get them goal line quarterback sneak touchdowns. If not, I would probably take another receiver over even taking Fournette in this game. But if somehow that Brady isn't getting the time in the pocket, and you take that storyline that he's not going to get the time in the pocket, then Fournette could be a great play, and it could be a possible captain play. So let me just go over some stats though real quick for these two teams and what they gave up for position, just to end this video off real quick. So we got the Bucs. The Bucs gave up about 19 points fantasy to quarterbacks last season. So if you think Dak Prescott's going to have, a great game, he needs to complete about 25 passes. So if you see him completing 25 passes, he's going to get about 19 to 20 points there, more than likely. So I mean, that could be viable at captain because that's not. I'm not even counting that he gets a touchdown thrown in that. So if he throws a touchdown, rushes a touchdown, definitely possibly 25 points. And that's definitely a good amount of points to get you a captain. For running backs though, the Bucs gave up about 21. Total fantasy points. Just take that in mind. Total fantasy points. So that could be from two different backs. But mostly they gave up the most fantasy points to the pass catching back. So I would, like I said, Zeke is not probably that back, but he had about 2 to 3 touches sometimes in games, but more than likely it'll probably be Pollard. They said they want to kind of put Pollard out there more, line him up as a wideout, even with Zeke on the field. So they kind of want to move him into like the slot, they said. So I can see Pollard benefiting a lot, especially since they don't have all their receiver threats out there that, they don't have Michael Gallup. Of course, James Washington got hurt too. So if they had those two receivers, I might not be keying in on Pollard, but because of that, I really think Pollard is a good play and could get all 21 of those fantasy points if Zeke doesn't take one because of a goal line rush or something like that. So also then at receiver, we're talking about a total of 36.2 fantasy points given up for the Bucs, which is a lot of fantasy points because if you split that, you're getting over about 17 to 18 fantasy points between just two receivers. So, but if one receiver was to get all 36 points, that he definitely would be captain in this game. But I could definitely see 36 of those points. Like, since, matter of fact, man, yeah, now that I really think about it, since there isn't no other like great receiving option, I could definitely see CeeDee Lamb popping 36 fantasy in this game. If not, though, I could see him taking the bulk of those whole points, and I could still see him producing about 20 to 25 of those fantasy points and 10 of them going to another receiver. Or like I said, if it was 20 out of 36, then I would say like 10 and 5 to the other two receivers. So at tight end, though, it says the Bucs give up about 13 points. So definitely, like I said, Dalton Schultz, great play because I can see him getting all 13 of those points. And then on the other side, we got the Cowboys giving up 19 points as well against the quarterback. So you got Brady there. And then at running back, it's 20 points total. And since Fournette is kind of like their lead back for everything, kind of pass catching and all, he could probably take all 20 points. If he is catching some passes out the backfield, you get about 5 of those catches, out the backfield, and a touchdown rushed in too as well. I can definitely see him getting there and taking all 20 of those fantasy points. So, but 36.8 fantasy points given to wide receivers. So both of these teams give up a lot of points to the wide receivers. At least off of last year's stats and things. But so it's total 36 points, and the difference on this side is Brady has a ton of receivers to take up all those points. But like I said, what I try to do is key in on who has the best matchup, because that's probably the person that's going to get the most fantasy points out of those 36. And the two best matchups so far, like I said, will be Godwin. First of all, will be Godwin, and basically any other wideout that could get behind one of those cornerbacks, like I told you, because they're very good press corners, but they're not good deep route and keeping up with their wide receiver that they're supposed to be sticking when they go deep. So Mike Evans, if somehow who I want to say, if not really Julio, but if somehow I would say Russell Gage ends up playing, because I feel like he's a better deep route player like that. So Julio would probably be more of a goal line or maybe 20 yards, stuff like that. But who knows, maybe he still got something left in the tank to get, catch a deep route and get behind the coverage. Brady will try to hit him as well, because I can see them definitely one-on-one. And like I said, if Brady gets time in the pocket, he's going to have those deep route receivers like out there, man. I'm telling you, they're going to be open because of the defense that they're playing against. But so they could definitely, like I said, all those receivers, but like I said, benefits the most is Godwin. Godwin, I can definitely see him getting 20 fantasy points out of those 36, and I can see the whole other 16 going to Mike Evans, or it could go the opposite way, because if Mike Evans does catch 2 deep passes, one being a touchdown, gets one-on-one covered 2 times in this game, and Brady gets the time, then it'll go Mike Evans' way is what I see of that. Like, you can say 20 fantasy that way and 16 to Godwin, something around there, and like those are fantasy points. I'm saying that could happen without even a touchdown. So you can add more points if you're thinking it's going to be a touchdown to whichever receiver. Then at tight end, we got 12.7 points given up. This team has 2 tight ends. So if you want to go the cheaper route, you got Kyle Rudolph right here. If you think he gets 12 of those points, then he'll be a great, low player to take in this game. like I said, for defenses in this game, I actually think Cowboys actually have a better defense, just because of the matchup with the when it comes to the O line. Like I know Dak has his O line. You know, is one player is out. You know, his left O lineman is out. So, but Brady has three. So I would say that has to go to benefit the Cowboys defense. Also, though, we gotta keep a sleeper on Turpin right here. I know y'all saw. I mean, if y'all didn't see Cavante Turpin return the punt return, the kickoff return. This boy has crazy speed. He might actually even get in because, like I said, their receiving options ain't really amazing. And I feel like he could also get in as a sleeper pick, man, and put in your lineup there, man. 2,700, he could benefit from that, or he can also get a kick return and who knows on special teams, and get a nice little touchdown for you and have about 14 to 10 fantasy points, and that could win it all for you. Real talk. So below that, I don't really see anybody. I know we have the Scotty Millers and stuff like that who randomly get in, but if I had to say the best play has to be Turpin, or Rudolph, like I said. So I went through every position there, y'all. I hope this really helps y'all out and y'all can build y'all lineups after y'all watch this video and everything. Also with kickers, I mean, it's best to kind of pick a kicker with the quarterback that you put in your lineup here. So if you feeling Dak, then go with his kicker, or if you feeling Brady, then go with his kicker. Like I gave you the best defense to me. I know most people take the Bucs, defense, because it's probably less weapons you would think of, for Dak to be throwing to and all. But actually, like I tell you, like the O line that they're going against for this side is actually worse. So I can see them getting more sacks, maybe a sack fumble, and also hitting Brady, while he's throwing the ball and causing an interception. Or like I said, their kick returner special teams player is actually even better. So maybe doubling, the defense with Turpin could be a good little mix to put in there. Even if you even see, Brady actually having a good game, that could be still a good run back of those two. But it's your boy Jaystar. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Sunday night football showdown, man. I'm gonna come at y'all with the Monday night next, with the Seahawks and the Broncos matchup. And I'll catch y'all next time. It's your boy Jaystar, and I'm out. Peace.